To this week's G.I. Joe toy review, where today we were in week 2 of Viper Month Part 2, where we will be reviewing this week the Hazard Viper. Unfortunately, I couldn't find everything I wanted on Hazard Viper like I wanted to, so I'm doing it a wing shot on this one. So, if you guys know where he first appeared at in any cartoon or in like the Renegades or whatever, or the IDW comics, let me know because I'm not sure. So I'm letting you know that up front. But so before we get to reviewing the Hazard Viper, let's take a look at our shout-outs of the week. First off is 4-Color Fantasies, the comic store on 80 Weems Lane here in Winchester, Virginia, where you get vintage and classic and modern comic books, which they got a great array of comic books. So go ahead and check them out. And then head over to the Walking Mall, where you can go to Back to the Media, which is at 41 South Loudon Street, which is like about a 5-minute drive from 4-Color Fantasies. And you can check them out at the website at www.backtothemedia.com and email them at backtothemedia@gmail.com. You can also find them on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. You get all your video game needs from all the way back in the Atari, all the way up to current stuff. That's where you can get vintage comics, music, movies, vinyl records, Funko Pops, and more. When you go there, check them out. You get some good stuff there, as well as Time Traveler Toys and Collectibles at 115 South Loudon Street here in Winchester, Virginia. Just a 2-minute walk from Back to the Media on the other side of the splash pad. You can find them on Facebook and email them at timetravelertoys@gmail.com. Go in and talk to Charles or Jack and talk to them. You can find everything from Star Trek, Star Wars, WWE, Thundercats, He-Man, G.I. Joe, Transformers, a whole bunch of collectibles, and you can find there. So go ahead and check them out. So let's go ahead and take a look at our Viper of the week, which is the Hazard Viper. So let's take a look at his file card. Try to get where there's no shadows in it to where you can read it. Which says name NA, which is Farius. Birthplace NA, which is Farius, mainly because he's a troop builder. Primary weapon is the liquid toxic sludge attack weapon. Combat gear is a helmet, chemical transport case, Compound Z canisters, pistol, toxic sludge pressure backpack. It says Hazard Vipers work with unpleasant and nasty substances. They may plant them as a part of an attack, or clean them up after an operation. As part of their job, they deal with secretive lab experiments, like the mysterious canisters they carry that contain the dangerous new chemical substance Compound Z. Okay, so let's take a look at his accessories, which he comes with a hazmat suit type helmet, which actually makes him looks like the hazmat suit helmet that Marty McFly wore in Back to the Future. So he had to go with that little look, which has these 2 attachments that look on each side of his nose, of the face of it, which could be oxygen rebreathers or Compound Z rebreathers, depending on what it is. In the second one, he also comes with a where'd he go? Butterfingers today. But he comes with a little mini pistol, which is a pretty cool looking pistol. And then he comes with this sci-fi looking canister pistol looking thingy. And of course, he's got his figure stand. Upraised Cobra logo. Hazard Viper right there on the front, which is pretty cool. And he comes with 3 of these little Compound Z canisters. I like the little Cobra Hazard sign on the front. But these are the Compound Z's, and they fit just as easily in these little pegs right there in this briefcase. And you can close it up and folds up like a regular briefcase, which is pretty sweet. And it's in orange, pretty cool color orange. And he also comes with this backpack, which is the, what's it called, the toxic sludge pressure backpack, which is pretty cool because you can stick this in water and press the button right there on the back. So you see that button right there, right here. Just you can just press it, fill it with water, and use the water as toxic sludge. I'm not gonna try it though, but the gun is the only part that's removable off of it, which is pretty sweet. But the back, so you can see with the little containers right there, supposed to contain the toxic sludge or compound Z or whatever you want to imagine that it is. So let's take a look at our boy, the Hazard Viper. As you see, he's got the orange balaclava mask, and then the big, thick hazmat suit, which does interfere with the ab crunch, but when we get to the articulation. But he's got another point of articulation, which is pretty cool. I'll show y'all in a minute. But it's nice, big orange with hazmat suit with gray highlights and black highlights. Nice little shoulder pad right up there on that shoulder. But so let's go ahead and take a look at the articulation. Of course, he's got the black boots with the black highlights and the silver or the gold or a little bit of gray highlights. But let's take a look at his articulation. His head can swivel a full 360. He has good up and down motion with his head. His arm can lift about here. He has the elbow band, of course, and his arm can swivel full 360, as well as a full 360 at the elbow. And he does have wrist swivel, as well as an additional point of articulation with the rocker at the wrist. Hang on a second. Sorry about that. His hand had popped out, so I had to place it back in. Like I said, the ab crunch is hindered due to the oversized lab coat or hazmat coat. He does have the typical T-hook, but his legs are kind of hindered. And he has one knee bend right there at the knee. But this is where he also has another point of articulation where his whole lower leg can swivel a full 360, which I think is pretty cool. He does have the ankle pivot, and it does swivel a full 360, which is pretty cool articulation on that one. So let's take a look at our buddy that has the Hazard Viper in full battle gear. And here he is, fully set up in battle gear. Of course, I don't have no place to put his other pistol, nor the way to carry the briefcase. But that's the way he looks, all set up in gear. Helmet is still always a little loose, but that's okay, you know. But I don't mind. It still holds up when he's on display, so that's all well and good. But like I said, I'm not sure of any comic book or cartoon appearances of this guy. So if you can list it in the comments, I'd greatly appreciate it. But this is an awesome looking figure. You know, I think he's pretty awesome looking. It's good to have a toxic waste guy on Cobra. You know, outside of Airtight for G.I. Joe. And the Eco Warriors for G.I. Joe. He'll make a good Eco Warrior soldier for the Cobra side. Or the Toxic Sludge side of Cobra side. But I would rank this as a top tier figure. There's no vintage version of this guy, so yeah, I can't send you the HCC 788 or Form BX257 to watch a vintage version of this. You know, but it's all well and good. He's still a great figure. Great must-have in any collector's collection, whether you collect the vintage 1980s or 90s, as well as the modern era figures. You still can collect them. You know, it's still a good figure. Tune in next week as we do week 3 of Viper Month, and as we do Heat Viper. I got Misters on my feet, but you can tune in to see that next week. But this has been Hazard Viper. I hope you're enjoying Viper Month so much. So far, so good. Check this out as soon as you can, or check out Heat Vipers next week. I hope you enjoyed this video, and see y'all in the next one, and have a good week. night and peace.